All right, let's talk about a word you've probably heard a million times: manifestation. Now, hold on, before you click away, we're not talking about wishful thinking or some kind of cosmic delivery service. No, today, drawing on the work of writer D.R. Nayar, we're going to look at this idea as a really practical way to shift your own perception. So let's dive in. So let's just get this out on the table right away. This is the most important point to start with. Manifestation isn't magic. It's not about bending reality to your will just by thinking about it. The real concept is actually way more grounded and honestly a lot more useful. Okay, so to really get what this is all about, we have to do a little demystifying. Before we can even talk about what this process is, we have to be crystal clear about what it isn't. It's time to peel back all those layers of hype. Yeah, let's just get these out of the way right now. According to this framework, manifestation is not some kind of supernatural quick fix. It's not going to magically make money appear in your bank account. It's not going to miraculously cure a physical illness, and it's definitely not going to instantly repair a relationship that's already broken. It's not some outside force that just swoops in and saves the day. So, if it doesn't magically change the world around you, then what in the world does it actually do? And that question right there brings us to the absolute core of the idea. See, the real change isn't external at all. It's completely internal. The whole game shifts from what's out there to what's in here. And this is it. This is the big reveal. The one and only thing this entire process is designed to change is you. Your mindset, your focus, your awareness. It's not about trying to alter reality. It's about altering the very lens you use to see reality. And that, right there, changes everything. Okay, so how does that even happen? Well, the idea here is that it works by, and this is a great way to put it, rewiring your attention. Think of it like you're adjusting the filters on your own personal search engine for life. You're not changing what's on the internet. You're just changing what you're telling the search engine to look for. So what's the first thing that happens when you do that? You start to see things that, honestly, were probably there the whole time. That job opening, that chance to talk to someone new, that creative solution to a problem. These things don't just appear out of thin air. Your perception is just finally tuned to the right frequency to pick them up. And this isn't just about spotting the good stuff either. This rewired attention also makes you more sensitive to the subtle cues all around you. You might just feel that little bit of tension in a meeting at work, or that slight strain in a friendship, way before it blows up into a big problem. And all of that leads to the final piece of the puzzle. When you notice things earlier, the opportunities and the potential problems, you can act on them sooner. Your reaction time just gets shorter. You start to become proactive instead of constantly being reactive, and that can make all the difference in the world. Now, this is absolutely crucial to understand. This whole mechanism is completely neutral. It's just a tool, and it will work in whatever direction your core beliefs are already pointing. So if deep down you believe you're broken stuck, your brain will become an expert at finding every single piece of evidence to prove you right. But if you can shift that core belief to feeling capable and open, that exact same powerful brain starts hunting for evidence to prove that reality instead. Same machine, just pointed in a new, more helpful direction. This brings us to a really interesting and frankly vital distinction in the kind of mindset you need. It's the difference between willing something to happen and manifesting something. They might sound kind of similar, but they come from two totally different mental spaces. Okay, let's break this down. Willing is all about force. It's that tight, white-knuckle grip, that feeling of, this exact thing has to happen or else. But that very tightness can actually blind you to other, maybe even better, possibilities. The other approach, what we're talking about today, is about loosening that grip. It's more of an open-handed way of being that says, I'm aiming for this, or maybe something even better that I haven't even thought of yet. It's the difference between trying to force a locked door open and just noticing which doors are already unlocked. So this all sounds pretty good in theory, right? But where do you actually start? How do you put any of this into practice? Well, according to our source, the very first step is actually surprisingly simple. But don't let that fool you. It's incredibly powerful. It all starts with asking yourself this one question. If I already had it, whether it is the job, the confidence, the relationship, whatever, what would I do today? You see how powerful that is? That question just bypasses that feeling of wanting and lacking, and it shifts you straight into the feeling of being. It gets you to act from a place of already having, not wanting. And that is where you begin. And in the end, this is really the main takeaway. It's not about making some massive, intense, forceful effort every once in a while. It's about the small, consistent daily choice of what direction you're facing. It's the subtle shift in your attention, in your perception, and in your actions. Because think about it, a tiny 1-degree change in your course, if you hold it consistently over time, can lead you to a completely different destination. So the real question is, what direction are you pointed in right now?